Hi, I'm Dr. Max Freed. I am a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine here in Dunwoody. Today we're going to do Qi Gong, and specifically we're going to do a set called the Lian Gong 18. It's a beautiful set. You can do this set as a full body set for overall health and vitality. It's going to be tremendous to help prevent pain in the future and disease in the future. This set is primarily wonderful for acute and chronic pain, and you'll notice the first 6 movements of the 18 focus on the upper body, the arms, the neck, the shoulders. The second 6 movements focus on the waist, the hips, the spine, the low back, and the last 6 movements focus on the lower body. And you can use these prescriptively if you want to for areas that you're having a little more difficulty with. If you want to get a little review of the posture, you can go to Qi Gong with Dr. Max. You can Google that, Qi Gong with Dr. Max, and there's a little 5-minute video on the posture. So now we're gonna go through the movements of the Lian Gong 18, and here we go. Hey guys, so this is movement number 1, head and neck fighting each other, and it's especially good for the head and the neck. And what we'll do is bring our hands to our hips, good posture, neck stretched up a little. And from here, we're going to inhale as we look to the left. Follow with the eyes. Inhale. And bring the chin down to the chest. Bring it back up. And exhale as we look to the center, as we exhale. Very relaxed. And inhale. Bring the chin down to the chest. Keep shoulders low. Chin up and exhale to center. Now we're going to look up. Stretch the lymph nodes in the throat. Don't overdo it. Just nice and relax and exhale to center. And then we're going to inhale. Chin to the chest. Stretch the back of the neck, the cervical spine. Exhale, look up. We're going to do it one more time. Normally when you do these movements, you can do them 4 to 8 times. It's recommended. I'm going to do them 2 times for the video's sake. So let's do one more time. Inhale. Very important to breathe. And exhale to center. Keep the shoulders low. Very relaxed. Inhale. Don't rush these movements. Stretch the lymph nodes, and exhale to center, and then exhale as you bring your chin to your chest. Feel that stretch in your cervical spine, and exhale. So that's called head and neck fighting each other. This is movement 2, the Lian Gong 18, and this is called draw the bow. It's one of my favorite movements. What we're going to do, this is fantastic for the neck, the traps, the front and back of the shoulder, the elbow. It's amazing. It's even good for the core. So you want to be in good posture for this. Remember, little pelvic tuck, neck stretched up. We're going to bring like we have goggles in front of our eyes, right? We're at eye level. From here, I'm going to inhale and look through my left goggle. I'm going to bring my elbows 180 degrees. Keep the shoulders down. And remember to keep your posture, the pelvic tuck, neck up. I want to feel like my elbows are pushing out a little bit. As I inhale and then exhale to center. As I come close, I want to feel a little energy between my hands, a little electric heat. And I'm going to follow the right goggle. Inhale. 180 degrees, almost like you're pushing your elbows out. You'll feel this in your shoulder, both this one and this one. And exhale. Let's do one more time. Remember, you can do all these movements. Usually we do them 4 to 8 times each. And I feel feel this all through my chest, through my front of it. It's great all through here. Push those elbows out. Keep the shoulders low and exhale. Feel that heat between the hands. Look through the right goggle. Inhale. You'll really feel this in the shoulders. And exhale. Wonderful. That's called draw the bow. Hey guys, back again, Lian Gong 18. This is movement number 3. And what we're going to do is, this movement is another great movement for the neck and shoulder. It's going to get a little slightly different than the first 2 movements. And this is great, like if you do pull-ups or push-ups as a warm-up as well. What we're going to do is, we're going to inhale and extend our hands up. This is called extend arms. And we're just going to extend or raise arms. Extend arms, what we want to do is, this point in the web margin here is called Hogu, and or large intestine 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend up. If you have hypertension, just go to where you're comfortable. Don't overdo it. And you want to feel your heels pushing all the way through your back, up through your hands. You want to feel that connection from your heels. You feel it through your core. Look at your left Hogu point. And then, as if you're grabbing a pull-up bar, you're going to come down, exhale, keep the neck stretched up, and bring your elbows down and shoulders down. You're going to feel a great stretch going through, especially the back of your shoulder, the top of your shoulder. And then we're going to inhale. Feel from your heels pushing all the way up. Look at your right Hogu point. And exhale. Grab like you're grabbing a pull-up bar. Exhale. And come down. Neck up, shoulders down. One more time. 2 more times. Inhale. Feel from the heel all the way to the palm. Gently grab. And exhale. And one last time. Inhale. Look at right Hogu. Gently grab like you're grabbing a pull-up bar. And exhale. Feel that stretch. That is called raise arms. Thank you. This next movement is one of my favorite movements in all the Lian Gong 18. It gets so many things. It gets everything in the upper body. It's called open chest wide. We always want to be in good posture, shoulder width, one hand over the other. As we inhale, we're going to push up and notice my fingers are pointing toward each other, which means my shoulder has to rotate. Just go to where you're comfortable if you have hypertension. Feel from the heels all the way up. And from here, we're going to exhale. I'm going to follow my left hand. Notice the fingers are pointed straight up here. Shoulders down, head up. Fingers pointed up. I'm there. Feel that great stretch through the arms. Exhale. Sink just a little bit. And then inhale. And then we follow the right. I like to hold for just a second right there. Fingers up, shoulders down. Exhale. Let's do one more time each way. Notice I'm following with my eyes. Sink just a little. And inhale. Inhale on the way up. And exhale. Is called open chest wide. Thank you. Hey guys, this is movement number 5 in Lian Gong 18. Great shoulder movement. It's called butterfly spreads wings. We're going to rotate our shoulders inward. Bring the back of the hand onto the leg, the side of the leg. When we start, we're going to inhale and massage up the ribs. From here, we're going to bring the back of the hands onto the chest. If you want, you can breathe at your own pace here. As you come up, you want to inhale. Notice I'm really almost exaggerating that. I want to really rotate the shoulders. As soon as I come here, I want to bring the shoulders down to here. Fingers point each other as I sink. And then inhale. Shoulders down as I sink. Do one more time. You can do all these movements 4 to 8 times. Inhale. If you want, you can exhale here. And then another inhale. Really rotate, and right here go down with the shoulders, neck up. As I sink. Do one last time. Butterfly spreads wings. Inhale. It's great to really open up the shoulder. Very good. Hey guys, this movement number 6. Remember, the first 6 movements of Lian Gong are for the upper body, upper chest, upper back, shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, and neck. Right? So this is called raised single arm. I'm going to do a couple times front, a couple times in back, so you can see. We're going to start with one hand on the low back. If you're a Chinese medical student or practitioner, we're on the Ming Men point, which is just below L2. If you don't have to be so exact, just have your hand in the low back here and have it kind of snug. With this hand, this is called raised single arm. All we're going to do is I'm going to look and follow as I inhale my hand straight up, right? And this shoulder is going to be low. I'm going to get a stretch through here as I keep this down and this up, but I don't want to be like this. I want to stay here. And I inhale and then exhale as I come down. And then I'm going to turn, look at the right arm. This is in the small of my back. And stretch up. Notice the fingers are pointed the other way. Let's do one more time from the back. This shoulder's low, this hand's high at the same time. And then exhale. Inhale. These movements should feel really good. This shoulder's low, this one's high. There's a little bit of pain. Let's do one more time from straight. With all these movements, there's a little bit of pain. A very slight stretch. Pain. Some of them require some muscle fatigue. But for the most part, we want to breathe with it and be real relaxed, and it should be very enjoyable. Qi Gong is like a beautiful dance, and it should feel really, really nice. And that is called raised single arm. 6. And that's the first of the 3 parts of the Lian Gong. Stay tuned for the second part. Thank you. Hey guys, Dr. Max Fried here. We're going to now start Lian Gong part 2. And part 1, as we saw, focused on the upper body, the shoulder, the neck, the head, arms, elbows. Part 2 is going to focus more on the middle body, the waist, the hips, the low back, and the spine. As you know, the spine is unbelievably important for our health, and for the qi and the energy along the nerves to be circulating the right way is of utmost importance for our health. So we're going to do 6 movements now that focus on the mid-body. And the first one is called double hands push heaven. What we're going to do is be shoulder width apart. Clasp your fingers. You're going to inhale. And push up. If you have hypertension, go to where you're comfortable. Don't overdo it. And from here, make sure you keep your pelvic tuck and your posture at all times through all these movements. We never want to break our posture. That's a big part of So as we're here, I'm going to push it up and over as I exhale. As I bring my hands over, my hips are going to come. I'm going to focus on just bringing my hips a little bit this way. So I come up and exhale, up and over. Exhale. I'm going to go 2 times and exhale. Feel all that stretching. And then as I come up, I'm going to inhale again. And then exhale. Neck up, shoulder down, pushing out. Sink just a little. Clasp the hands. Right here, I'll start to feel this stretch even in my elbow. Inhale. As I get to the face, I flip them up. I'm still inhaling. And then up and over. My hips are going to go to the left now. I'll feel this big time in the rib cage, the lats. And then I inhale again and exhale. Let's do one more time each way. Inhale. Exhale. Up and over 2 times. And I inhale and exhale. One more time the other way. Inhale. My hip goes the opposite way of my hands. Exhale. 2 times. And I inhale and exhale. It's called double hands push heaven. Thank you. Hey guys, Lian Gong 18. This is movement number 8. And this is called hip circles. All you're going to do is bring your hands to where your kidneys are. If you want, you can see how I'm kind of massaging. You can massage. It's a good idea to massage 40 times up and down once a day or before you do any kind of workout. Get some heat in your low back. But while we do this movement, you can even massage a little bit as we're doing it. So basically, we're going to keep the shoulders low, pelvic tuck like we always do, and neck up, nice and relaxed. Visualize you're standing in a square with 4 corners, right? And you want to bring your hips back. Notice my head doesn't move very much, only my hips. My hip moves to that back left corner. And then I go forward to the front left corner, forward to the right front corner, to the right back corner. And then let's just make a circle, hitting all those corners. Inhale to the front, and exhale to the back. Notice I'm not going real fast. I want to feel like a scrubbing brush, massaging all around my the girdle belt. The girdle belt is the only horizontal energy highway in the body. Let's go the other way. Most meridians go up and down. The daimai is where it's the connection between the upper and lower body. It's a great movement for the hips and waist. Let's do 2 more. See, I'm going nice and slow. Nice and easy. Inhale to the front. And exhale to the back, hitting all 4 corners. One more time. And that, my friends, are hip circles. Hey guys, movement number 9 here. This is a pretty simple one, but it packs a punch. You're going to really feel this through your waist, and you're also going to feel all your yin meridians in the arm open up. This is great for the waist and the kidneys. Pretty simple movement, and there are different names for some of these, depending on the school and the teacher. I'm just going to call this push palms and twist, or just push palm. From here, shoulder width apart, hands in a gentle fist. You can imagine holding like a thing of pennies or quarters. Very gentle. From here, as we inhale, we're going to push forward. And at the same time, with one palm, let's start with the left. Same time, I'm going to pull back on the same line with my elbow as I turn and look behind me in good posture. We don't want to stick our tush like this. We want to keep that pelvic tuck forward, right? This is a real cool movement for your kidney and for your core. It's going to help you learn how to hold your core the right way when you twist. And then we come back, exhale. Inhale. I'm going to pull back with this elbow, shoulders low, elbow straight back. And I'm going to turn and look, keeping my pelvic tuck forward. I'm sitting into my heels. And come back, exhale. One more time. Inhale. See, I'm not going like this. I'm keeping that pelvic tuck forward, bringing the elbow back. There's a line between the elbow. This also really strengthens your core. And then exhale, and then you feel the strengthening in here. Keep that. Yeah, really, it'll strengthen the heck out of this part of your body. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push palms. So this is movement number 10 in the Lian Gong 18. This is another one. There are different names for it. I believe my teacher calls it stab palm in bow stance. Anyways, if you want, you can be shoulder width, or you can even be slightly more than shoulder width for this one. And again, pelvic tuck, neck up, shoulders down. And from here, make gentle fists. We're going to ground into our right. And as we grounding means we're sinking into that, almost like a stool is going from my heel to my sacrum. And you're going to feel the connection between your belly button, Ren 8, and the Ming Men, L2, kind of connected. And that helps with our balance. So I'm going to ground onto your pelvic tuck forward. My left leg, notice my knee stays out. We don't want the knee to come in. Keep the knee out. Same direction as the toes, right? This foot is going to turn 45, maybe even 30 degrees here. And from here, I'm going to shift my weight to the left, pelvic tuck. As I shift my weight, this hand is going to stab at a 45 degrees. Notice this leg, I'm pushing with this leg, but my weight's here, pelvic tuck. I'm going to keep my shoulder low as I stab at a 45-degree angle, and I'm pulling my elbow back. When we did push palms, we turn and look. On this one, we stay looking forward. But we have that elbow pulling back on the same line. So this goes up, and my weight's here. Inhale. And then I exhale, and I come back to center here. Now I'm going to ground on my left. My right, see my right foot? Keep this knee pointing with the toes, not in, out. And as I shift my weight, I'm going to slowly stab at a 45-degree angle. I'm pushing a little with this leg. My weight's on the front, and my pelvic tuck is forward, as always. I inhale, and the more you twist, you're going to feel that in your core. This is another great thing for your kidneys and strengthening the core. And I pull. Notice on this one, I don't turn and look. I just stay looking straight. Pull that elbow back. Let's do one more time each way. Back to center. Ground on the right. Shift my weight. Inhale. And the more I go up, the more I'm going to feel that twist in my core. Really strengthen these muscles. Inhale. 45 degrees. Keep that shoulder low. Don't reach with the shoulder to keep the shoulder low. Reach by twisting. And inhale right into the kidneys. And that's just phenomenal for the core. That's called stab palm on bow stance. So movements 11 and 12 finish out the middle of the body. And we're going to focus a lot on the lower back now. The lower back will affect the hamstrings too. So very often when the low back and hamstrings are stretched together, even though You want to always be super careful with the lower back. So I like to do these two movements together. The first one is kind of like a warm-up for the second one. So the first movement is called spread arms to bend waist. And what we're going to do is bring our hands forward. It kind of starts similar to another movement called open chest wide as we inhale. But this time we don't look up. We stay looking forward. And now my hands, my palms are face up as I come to right here as I exhale. Neck up, shoulders down as almost always, right? From here, I like to just feel that stretch for just a second. From here, my shoulders are going to rotate so my palms are face down. And as I exhale, on this one, I like to bend the knees just a little bit. That'll keep the focus more on the low back. And it's also good to warm up. And I exhale and just hang. Flat back. From here, one hand over the other. I'm going to reach a little bit forward and make a bridge with my back, my head, my arms, and my sacrum. You see how I'm in a bridge? And from here, I use my core. Inhale. Come up, and I begin again. Exhale. Now rotate the shoulders. Nice and easy. Exhale. And just feel that stretch in my low back. Then I'm going to reach forward just a little. Make a bridge before I do anything. Feel that bridge, feel the core. And then from the core, come up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. This really helps core strength if you do this correctly. Exhale. And come down. And to finish, we just bring our tush underneath and curl up. That way we keep the pressure off our back coming up and down. And that is spread arms to bend waist. Hey guys, this is movement number 12. It's the last of the second part of Lian Gong. And again, we just did spread arms to bend waist, which kind of warms up our spine and our hamstrings. This movement's going to get our hamstrings and our low back even more. So this is called double hands push feet. There are different names. I'm not too worried about the exact name. I just want you to know how to do this correctly. Always remember, especially when you're dealing with your low back, hamstrings, go slow. Don't overdo it, especially at first. So I'm going to show you how I do this. Here we're going to bring our feet together, knees together, pelvic tuck forward, neck up, shoulders down. Okay. Same thing as always, only our knees and feet are together. And from here, we're going to clasp the hands, and like we did on double hands push heaven. And from here, we're going to come up just like double hands push heaven. Inhale. Instead of going to left and right, now I'm going to go forward. Imagine someone pulling my back. Instead of crunching, imagine staying very straight. And like right now, I should be kind of in an L. And exhale. At first, the first time I do this, I just go down to here because I don't want to overdo when it comes to the low back. We want to give it a warm-up before we... And from here, keeping the leg straight now, reach forward and up. This is very strengthening to the hamstrings. Inhale. This is kind of like stiff leg deadlift and weightlifting for the hamstring. Exhale. This time I might go a little bit lower and just feel that. And then I'm going to inhale and exhale. Reach forward. And if you can, go to where you're comfortable. You don't have to go as far. We're going to push the feet here and now inhale. It's phenomenal to stretch the low back and hamstrings. And let's do one more time. Exhale. is called double hands push feet. And that is the end of the second part of the Lian Gong. Thank you. Hey guys, so now we're going to start part 3 of the Lian Gong 18 set. And these movements 13 through 18 focus on the lower body. If you do this every day or a few times a week, it's going to really increase your leg strength. If you increase your leg strength, it increases your core strength. If you increase your core and leg strength, it increases everything strength. And it also is the fountain of youth. If you have a strong body, it keeps you young and healthy, and it also helps with all your organs. And anyway, so these 6 movements focus on the lower body, and let's begin. So the first movement is turn waist on horse stance. So on this one, we're going to do a little bit wider where the shoulder can fit through the, right? Notice my knees are not in like this. They're out, right? They're out. My feet can be either totally straight or very slightly to the outside, whatever's more comfortable for you. Everyone's a little different the way their knees so from here, just make sure everything else is the same as we usually have for posture. Neck up, neck stretched up, shoulders down, pelvic tuck forward, and I'm going to sink down a little into a horse stance. We can bring our hands to our hips like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to ground into my right heel. I want to feel that my shoulders rounded a little and concave. That's part of our posture. If you need posture review, go to the posture video on Qi Gong with Dr. Max. So from here, as I sink, I want to just inhale as I just turn. Notice my knee is not coming in, stays out. And I inhale, and I bring a bunch of energy in. I'm really focusing on putting my weight on that heel. This is great for sciatica and the glutes. And then I'm going to exhale back to center. Then I'm going to inhale. Now I'm going to sit on that left stool. Got to have that pelvic tuck. Sitting on that heel, I already feel my glutes really firing here. And from here, I'm going to inhale. Keep that knee out. Bring energy in. Time. I really feel this in my glutes. It's going to strengthen your glutes. And it's also going to help with if you have sciatic pain or chronic piriformitis. Back to center. This really gets it also gets the hip flexors and the glutes. And come back to center. Pretty easy, right? That's called turn waist on horse stance. My teacher says you can do this 72 times a day each way. If you do that, you'll want to break them up. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways. The first way is the way I'd like most people to start doing this. A lot of people will always do with the hands on the thighs. When you first start this, I definitely want you to do hands on thighs, okay? So imagine that behind you, you're leaning on a wall, so you're going to be very straight, right? Pelvic tuck, posture is key here. On knee circles, we bring our feet together, knees together, pelvic tuck forward, neck up. Chest slightly concave, shoulders rounded. The posture is so important here. We want to feel that core engaged, right? This concavity goes right into here, so I feel like a pulling in. And I'm going to sink down. Keep knees together, sink down to where my hands are on the thighs. Neck straight up. See, I'm very straight now, like I'm leaning against the wall. And from here, we're going to gently outline the feet. I sink into my heels. I'm grabbing the floor with my toes also. So the weight's on the center of my feet. But I'm not bending down like this, right? I'm staying very straight. Hands just on the thighs is perfectly good enough. Nice and slow, like I'm stirring thick mud. Let's do 8 times each way here. And going to start to notice a burn when you do it right. That's good. Let's go the other way. And this is knee circles with hands on the thighs. This is probably where most people, especially when you first start, you should just do hands on the thighs. Let's do a couple more. You start to feel that burn. Even with hands on the thighs, you feel the burn big time. Very good. If you want, if you're feeling a little adventurous, or if you're more advanced, or if you're more athletic, you can do, I see people doing this wrong all the time. Much better to do it correctly, hands on the thighs. Don't rush, okay? If you want to go down to the knees, you're going to bend forward just a little bit. You have to get to your knees, most people. But you don't want to lose that structure. The structure is where pelvic tuck, neck up, you want to feel like your spine's elongating, right? So if I go to my knees, I'm not bending over like this. My tush isn't sticking out like this. That's not good knee circle. I see people doing that all the time, thinking they're doing great knee circles. They'd be better off keeping the posture correct and just going to the thigh. So from here, if you want to, you can bend all the way to where you get to your knees. This hip is still tucked. You see that? I'm not like this. It's tucked. Neck up as much as I can. I am leaning a little forward to get to the knees. Ergonomically, you have to, but I don't lose that structure. And from here, I'm going to very gently keep my head up, shoulders down. See, I'm not losing that posture. I'm not going fast. Just gently outline. Every time I go down, I'm sinking into my heels. Let's do 2 more. You can even massage around the knee as you do it. That's 8. Let's do 8 the other way. Sink. Keep the posture. And just breathe naturally. You will feel a major burn in the legs, and that's a good thing. I like to do about 8 at a time. After knee circles, I always do a little shake because it gets a nice burn. So that's knee circles, guys. Okay, guys, so we're continuing with part 3 of Lian Gong, lower body. You're going to notice a lot of these really strengthen the legs, and they'll make you tired. They'll get you in shape, and they'll keep you in shape if you do these every day or a few times a week. This next movement, we're going to continue strengthening the legs. And it also stretches the low back a lot, the hamstrings and the low back at the same time. What we're going to do is have your feet about shoulder width. You can do it together. It's a little more advanced. I recommend having your feet open a little bit. What we're going to do is bring our hands pushing on the knee here. And as we're going to inhale, if you want, just go to here. Notice my posture is very good. And then exhale and reach down comfortably. And then hands on knees, inhale. And if you want, you can get a little more balance by imagining holding on to something. And then exhale. Inhale, if you want. As you practice more and more, you can go lower. And from here, inhale. Push down. You exhale here. Inhale. This also really strengthens your ankles and it's real good for your quads. It's great for your low back. And let's just curl up. That's called press feet to stretch the back. Sometimes it's called squat to stretch the back. Hey guys, we're part 3, Lian Gong. If you notice, this is a little more difficult probably than some of the other movements because we're working on the legs, the biggest muscles in the body. And so some of these movements require a little more energy because the legs are such big body parts. These will really keep your legs strong doing these. So this is movement 16, and it is a little bit difficult, so don't be frustrated if it's a little hard at first. If you want, you can go as low as you want here. If you want, you can just practice from here at first. It'll be a little easier. If you go lower, it's going to really get your legs. Even if you don't go low, it's going to get your legs. Remember to keep that pelvic tuck very straight. Left hand on right upper thigh. Right hand on left upper thigh, but I'm not leaning forward. I'm staying here. And from here, I'm going to snake the left hand. Notice the pinky is going right up the center. I'm pushing. As I push down, I push up with the left and look up. I'm not leaning here, staying nice and straight, good posture. Pushing, and then I'm going to bring the left down and the right up. Inhale. Pushing. Even get your chest. And then I'm going to exhale. And inhale. Push and push. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then come up. Okay, guys. This is movement 17. Movement 17 and 18 are going to help tremendously with your balance and your proprioception, left-right hemisphere balance and communication. And they're going to help the communication between your Ming Men fire, which is right below L2, that's the life gate fire, and your belly button. When these two are connected, your center of gravity is much stronger and more balanced. It's kind of like you know where your center is. That allows us to be much more balanced and in control. There's a metaphor there mentally, but we're just doing Qi Gong now. So what we want to do, this is called hold knee to chest. Also great for your hips, for your glutes, and for sciatic nerve pain. This is a great stretch as well. But it does require a little bit of practice to balance, to get used to balancing. So from here, we're going to ground into our right heel. And remember, when we ground, it means we're sitting in that stool on our heel, so we're very balanced, right? And I take a step, and I inhale. As I notice, my pelvic tuck is forward here already. I'm always thinking posture. I come up, very slow. I want to make sure I'm in that posture where I feel this connection here. That's going to make my balance much better. I'm going to come up. My pants are a little too tight here. Notice my feet are pointed down as I bring my knee into my chest. And then I'm going to, as I go back, notice the balance, right? I'm going to step. My left foot comes up now. The toes are pointed up. I'm grounded. When I'm grounded, I'm in real good balance between that connection. Shift to the left and ground. I want to feel my heel pushing into the earth. Right. Inhale. And exhale. And if you want, you can always do it easier by just bringing your toe here. If you want to practice more balance, just bring straight up. And knee as high as you can. But stay very tall with your head and feet pointed down, the toes pointed down, and then we're going to bring our leg back. Let's do it one more time. We're going to inhale. And exhale. Then we inhale, ground in the left. Feel that heel pushing in the earth. It's going to ground me more, give me more balance. Toes down, knees up. And don't be frustrated at first. If you are having balance trouble, join the club. It's Qi Gong. You got practice and go one step at a time. That's called hold knee to chest. So we're going to do walking on the Great Wall, and we're going to focus on what my feet look like, okay? So I'm going to ground into the right, and Notice that connection between the belly button and Ming Man. I'm grounded here. Step onto my left. Pelvic tuck forward. Grounded into the left now. I'm going to roll back. And then roll forward again. Grounded. Roll forward. Notice as I come back, my toes pointed up. I'm grounded in the left here. And now it's going to go back. Notice that center of gravity. I kind of have a great awareness when I'm grounded where my center is. Now I'm going to sink onto the left. And roll forward. Pelvic tuck. Neck up. Always in posture. Roll back. Always in posture. Feel that connection here. And then I'm going to roll forward again. Sink on the right. And roll forward on the left. You're going to really strengthen your core practicing this. See how centered and balanced? Boom. You're going to feel this core very strong here. You keep doing this every day, you get a real strong core doing Qi Gong. And that is Walk on the Great Wall. And it's the final movement of the Lian Gong 18. Remember, you can focus, if you have pain somewhere in the body, you can take the movements that are designed for that body part and focus a little more on those. Or you can do this as a full body set to get everything. It's also a great warm-up before other workouts. So enjoy.